In today's video, we will look at how to stake Luna, which is related to Terra, this programmable money for the internet. It's rapidly gaining in price and popularity as a staking crypto, so I'll show you some different ways to earn passive income by having this in your own wallet, primarily focusing on staking through a ledger wallet. Before beginning this video, just a quick disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only, and none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. The main option here that I would recommend, using a non-custodial wallet. Ledger, especially when it comes to hardware wallets, they provide a lot of support for different crypto assets. You go to their website, you type in Luna, they recommend something called the Terra Station wallet. So I'll show you how to set up the wallet and then stake, all the important steps there. Firstly, this is tailored towards beginners or upper beginner crowd. If you would like to skip to your preferred section, I recommend using the timestamps in the description. So to begin, you need to set up your Ledger wallet. You do this through their in-house app called Ledger Live. Download the app for your respective operating system. For this video, we will focus on desktop wallets. I will allude to mobile options towards the end of this. Once you have set it up, this is what you will see at launch. If this were available on Ledger Live, you just go to add account and then you navigate through that. But here we go to manager, follow the prompts on your computer screen, and then press the buttons accordingly on your Ledger device. Here we're using the Nano X. If you are using the S, do bear in mind you can only have just a handful of apps running simultaneously. You type in Terra and then you click install if you haven't done so already. Once completed, leave Ledger Live and return to Terra Station. So if you go to wallet, now assuming you have a zero balance, you will see your wallet address up here. You can copy the address or use the QR code. You enter this into the send or withdraw option through your exchange. You check the details. You also verify it through your Ledger device, which is shown here by this icon. Within a minute or two, you will get the funds here. It's very quick. It's a fairly straightforward process. The first thing is you need to select a validator where you send your tokens for staking. There is an assortment of validators out there, and you need to factor in particular, the validator commission. You will see some of these that have 100% commission. Two possible reasons for this, just as an assumption. There could be an exchange that is running or predominantly using one of these, and they're claiming all of the rewards and subsequently distributing a portion of those rewards to their users. So that is for people who choose to stake through an exchange. You're not getting as much as opposed to doing it through Terra Station, using your own wallet, like the non-custodial option. That's one possibility. The other option is that it's a standard validator who is taking all of the commission. I would refrain from using one of these who's taking 100%. It may seem obvious for some people, but not everyone is mindful of this, especially if you're new to the whole staking game. So I recommend looking at the different commissions. Conversely, if you see something with zero commission, you should always read the fine print in terms of the promotional period or any other T's and C's involved with that. Are these verified accounts? From what I can see here, if there is a tick, these seem to be either active or verified. I would always recommend looking further into the company or organization you are using to then stake crypto. Read the website, look into it. Consider the uptime as well. Has their network gone down? Have they skipped blocks and therefore could potentially skip rewards? So on and so forth. So always factor in the uptime as well, alongside the commission. There is also voting power. If you want to see how prominent a particular fund is, ideally you don't want a small number of funds to hold the majority of the voting power. Okay, once you are ready to stake, the good thing is for many of these options, there is a minimum staking amount of 1 Luna, $83 at the time of recording this, so fairly accessible in my opinion. So once you've picked your delegator, go validator details, we'll go delegate, let's do 1 Luna, and it gives you the reminder as well. Remember to leave a small amount of tokens undelegated, as subsequent transactions or redelegation require fees to be paid. Just a tiny fee or a fraction of a Luna, and you confirm this through your Ledger device. You follow the prompts on the device's screen. It's essentially confirming the amount, the validator, the fee, and you sign the transaction. So we've now delegated 1 Luna to the ISS. All of this was within a matter of seconds. Both delegations have now gone through. The one for 1 Luna is currently active, and we can see the previous one I did has already started earning some staking rewards. With time, you will see some decent growth. If other blockchains or other proof-of-stake cryptos are anything to go by, I believe it's compound interest, assuming you continuously redelegate. It's a very convenient suite to manage your Luna tokens. As a quick side note, a couple of NFT marketplaces for anyone who's interested in that. At some point, if you would like to undelegate, you click on the validator. In My Delegations, you then click Undelegate. Now, I will add, unfortunately, this is the caveat: if you choose to stake independently, there is a withholding period, or this undelegation period, of 21 days. You won't get rewards in the meantime, and on top of that, obviously you won't be able to access your funds. If it were me and you're in a period of high volatility throughout the crypto space, and you would like to trade or cash out, 21 days is a long time, so do bear all of this in mind before proceeding with this. One more thing before moving on to the next option. As we know, there is also the Terra stablecoin. Just to quickly refer to the project, Luna helps stabilize the Terra network, or the Terra stablecoin, which corresponds to several pegged to over a dozen national currencies globally. There is a very convenient swap feature if you want to go back and forth from Luna to these that are running on Terra, and then vice versa. Just some food for thought. And that's the end of the first option. For the second option in this video, another non-custodial wallet, but this takes a bit more setting up. This involves creating a wallet directly through Terra Station. So what I recommend doing, I would encourage you to download the app. You could also go via the extension, but once you download the app, and this is available through Mac, Windows, and Linux, this is what you should see. And then we click Connect. New wallet, and you type in a wallet name. You do that, you get your password, ideally something nice and secure. Seed phrase, never reveal this to anyone. This is called the recovery seed or the recovery phrase, depending on the terminology used. It's a set of 12 or 24 words that is used to access the crypto, or the private keys to then access your crypto once again. So make sure you don't lose it. You should always have backup copies. Anyhow, that's a whole different topic for discussion. Another thing too is make sure you keep it offline, but you do you. Acknowledge you've written down the recovery seed, then you confirm the order of some of these words. Once completed, it should take you back to the dashboard, which will then have the wallet name and the corresponding address. From here, it would be a very similar process to what I just covered in the first part, going via a Ledger Nano S or X, except for just validating everything on the screen as opposed to going via a separate device through the hardware wallet. I won't repeat the whole process to avoid duplication. If you would like to use Terra Station through the web browser extension, notice how only Chromium-based browsers, so Brave, Chrome, Opera, and some others, only they have support for Terra Station. So here through Firefox, it's not yet available, but do keep an eye out for that, as I expect this to be supported in the near future. If you would like to stake via a mobile, here is a QR code, and then you go through Wallet Connect, and then you follow the setup there to then be able to stake through that. If you have positive or negative experience with this, let others know in the comments section. It's always good to share this information. For the third and final option, I've left this towards the end because it's my least recommended choice. You'll understand why, but it does have its benefits as well. Is staking through an exchange or one of these centralized exchanges. Binance is, I think, the world's largest. It's a very prominent one, and they have a vast swathe of cryptos that they allow for staking. So they've got the different options. We've got locked staking, DeFi, not applicable here. They also have a flexible staking option, which would generally yield lower rewards. If you type in Luna, this is what we have. I'm not very fond of the locked staking option. If it's something you're willing to do and you want the convenience of going via an exchange, well, bear in mind you are reliant on their security. A lot of these major exchanges I find are fairly secure, but all it takes is one breach and funds can go missing. But so far, I will say Binance has been fairly good. There is also KuCoin. These are the two internationally renowned exchanges. I'll cover an Aussie-based one shortly. These are two that allow you to stake Luna, from what I've seen so far. If you've got a small amount, well, by all means, this option is available. You've got the 21 days redemption period. So just like going through Terra Station with Binance, depends on what point you're at throughout this period, whether it's worthwhile or not. I came across this exchange for Australian, New Zealand, and UK-based crypto traders or investors. What I find fascinating, all of their assets available for staking, none of them are subjected to this lockup period. That's a highly advantageous approach. And I just find it very peculiar that this exchange can offer it, but others can't. I mean, with all due respect, if Binance and KuCoin and other exchanges really wanted to do it, well, especially if there were a small amount being staked, they could just have some off-chain arrangement where they could allow people to stake small amounts or withdraw them in a much shorter time rather than the 21 days. If SwiftX does it, I don't see why Binance, KuCoin, and other exchanges can't do it. That could change over time depending on when you're listening to this. But again, food for thought. Hats off to them for offering this. In terms of other exchanges, they don't offer Luna staking yet. As Luna is a top 10 crypto, I would not rule out potential listing. It's kind of alluding to what I said earlier. You can do off-chain staking. They even offer it for Bitcoin, which is not even a proof of stake crypto. So when there's a will, there's a way. Coinbase, they offer a handful of cryptos for staking, but no Luna, not that I'm aware of. Bitstamp is fairly new to the staking game, but again, a reputable exchange, mostly for European clients, although I have used it, so it is across the world. If you've come across another exchange that does provide Luna support, especially Luna staking, let us know in the comments section. That's a wrap for the video. I think I've covered all that you need to know about staking Luna, especially through Terra Station. If you enjoyed this video and you would like more staking rewards content, I have a playlist solely dedicated to this, including the very popular Polkadot staking one. If you want to check that out, we'll click here on the right hand side. And thanks for tuning in. More videos coming soon. I hope you're well and talk to you soon. See you later.